Republican James Lankford from Oklahoma. He's also the chairman of the House Republican Policy Committee. Welcome back to you. Let me just start with an audience member question here. And I want to go to Ramiro Funes, who has a question for you.
Hi, hello. Do you believe that growing frustration with both the Democratic and Republican parties will bring more attention to third-party candidates in the next presidential election?
You know what, that's the great unknown. A lot of third-party candidates have tried to jump in over the past several years, famously Ross Perot and others that have tried to jump in. Sometimes they've been a difference maker for the Republicans or Democrats, but they've not actually won. There's not others than a few independents that are even in the House and the Senate, and they end up caucusing either Republican or Democrats. I think there is a continual push to redefine the parties. And the best thing that a lot of folks can do that are disgruntled is jump into one or the other, into the Republican or Democrat, and try to make a difference there.
Do you still feel comfortable, though, about the amount of flack the Republicans are getting, and particularly the fact that the flack is because people see you as a divided party? They see the Speaker as being unable to contain these renegade Tea Partiers, and the whole thing looks a bit of a shambles.
You know what's really interesting about that, Piers? I do hear that a lot around here to say, look at those Republicans, aren't they divided? But when you actually look at the vote counts that have happened this week, there are 20 or 30 Democrats that are voting with us very often through a lot of the votes, even this week, and no one's actually looking at the Democrat Party saying, gosh, they're so divided. They've got 20 or 30 members that are voting with the Republicans. It's all in your perspective, and now you get a chance to take a look at it. Now, do all Republicans think alike? No, they don't. We're a pretty big tent party. We have disagreements within our party as well, but we have a lot of common principles that we try to function around. Democrats are the same way. Not all Democrats think alike. There's a lot of divisions there as well, but they have to get a chance to pull together on some of the big issues.
Who's in charge? Is it Speaker Boehner or Ted Cruz?
Well, I couldn't tell you where it is in the Senate side of things. Obviously, I'm not in the Senate, but I can tell you the Speaker's in charge of the House. Decisions don't move forward and try to build coalitions unless the Speaker's leading it. So the Speaker is in the lead, and I hear a lot of people push back and say, gosh, there's push and pull, that he wouldn't normally go this way, but there's a faction in the conference that's taking him that way. That doesn't happen unless there's the majority. Quick story, 3 years ago when I came to the House, the Speaker made comments to us at the very beginning to say previous Speakers of the House had run things in a real tight circle and very few people had input. He wanted to open the House up and let the House be the House. The House is supposed to be boisterous. It is the area closest to the people, and so it's a boisterous place, and it has definitely become that, as all these different voices have to work together to find a coalition.
Well, I hope they work a little harder than they're doing right now. Congressman, thank you very much indeed for joining me.
Hey, Piers, thank you, and thanks for your great coverage tonight and very compassionate coverage of the Hill. That's a very tragic scene, and I appreciate the way that you covered it tonight.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks.